And that's how you debone a turkey. Anyways, issue 3. If no means no, does wolf mean I do? In the end, did he marry his best friend? Most of the time, if you call a man's wife a dog, he'll clock you. But for a man in Toowoomba, Australia, it's true. Joseph Guiso married his dog Honey, a Labrador he adopted 5 years ago. The bitch and groom tied the knot in Garden City, Laurel Bank Park, with 30 of the couple's closest friends and family in attendance. Mr. Guiso stated that as a religious guy, he could no longer live with the guilt of living with Honey out of wedlock. It's not sexual, he assured the onlookers, which I assume it means they're going to do a doggy style. Anyways, but it's not all wine and roses. For further comment, we turn to the guy's ex, Frenchie McPoodle. FM, tell us what you think of your ex.
What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Show me your junk. Show me your junk, Dove. Oh, what a freaking weirdo. You're a little freaking weirdo. Good job.
You know, I still think Frenchie's holding a torch for the guy. But anyways, Frankie, let me start with you. What do you think are the benefits and drawbacks of having a canine spouse?
I think the benefits would be that you get lots of exercise. The drawbacks would be once a month menses might be a little difficult, and you'd have to be there all the time for your little bitch.
Ah, there you go. How about you, Scott?
I think it's a lot of positives. Don't really speak the same language. Can't really get yelled at too much. Dog won't get jealous if you decide to bring other dogs into the relationship. There's all kinds of reasons as to why it's a benefit. As far as drawbacks, I love my wife very much, but thankfully she can go ahead and do her business on her own, and I don't have to necessarily grab a scooper to do it or a plastic bag or anything like that. So I think that would be a pretty serious drawback. Another also really great thing is that, dogs don't live as long, so you kind of get fresh wife every so often without having the pains of divorce. Actually, I'm kind of starting to like this guy.
Okay. Wait a minute, Scott, then if you could have a spouse who was a canine, what breed would she be?
Probably, maybe a Chihuahua,
Bad choice.
It's usually lubricant, you know what I mean? It's fine.
And then she won't complain about the size, right?
Exactly. See, you're good.
Teresa, benefits and drawbacks of having a canine spouse.
Well, this story certainly proves the phrase, dogs are a man's best friend. I think there would be certainly many more benefits than drawbacks to it. Drawbacks would include, of course, attacking the postman, things like that, peeing on everything in sight. But I think things companionship, constant happiness, bringing joy into your life, they're very cuddly. That would far outweigh the drawbacks.
Jenna?
Call me old-fashioned. I think relationships should stay in species.
It's like the same group of people who pass Prop 8. I'm just shocked.
I don't think you can give consent if you're a dog and you can't speak. I mean, I'm cool with men being with men, women being with women. It's when the person with an underage person or a person with a creature of another species that can't converse with you. I'm all against that.
So everyone has to draw a line somewhere?
Yes, then the thing about the dog not being able to respond to, would you marry me? I mean, anybody who knows when you don't get a response from a woman, she says nothing. Probably not a good idea to think it's positive.
Okay, you guys are crazy. First off, the dog was bought. You can buy them. It's property.
No,
it's not like,
I think it was adopted from a pound.
From a pound, the dog wasn't like, I don't want to go home with this guy.
So instead of issues with slavery, it's issues with sleeping with your adopted child. I mean, like the Mia Farrow, whatever that director name is.
You take all the adopted child. It's a big difference between a kid and a dog. Dogs are sold. You can go to a store and get them. Hell, you find dogs roaming around the street and take it home. I'm just saying, you can roam the street and just take a dog home and make it yours and give it a whole new name, whole new personality. You know what I mean?
Maybe the problem here is the geography of where this guy and this dog are. I mean, if you take a look at where this city is in Australia, it's out there, you guys, in nowhere land. No wonder he's got a dog.
Women are kind of thin on the ground.
Exactly.
Australia used to be a penal colony. Of course you're going to be freaks. What do you want?
All right.
Yep.
Okay, about 30 seconds left, so I'll just throw one quick question for you. if it ever came up, would the dog get spayed or would he get vasectomy? I'll start. Which one? Start with you, Teresa.
The dog would get spayed.
Jenna?
I don't think the hybrid would be
Agreed.
a very good idea.
Oh, absolutely. Who'd want to propagate that?
Please vasectomy for the gene pool, please.
All right.
Good argument.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, we're on to issue 4. Should he have seen it coming? And if love is blind, what about sex? An unnamed patient lost his sight every time he climaxed during intercourse, and he had to seek medical help for the condition. I guess he wanted to see what he was doing. His case was published by the Department of Ophthalmology at Glostrup Hospital, University of Copenhagen. Go Terrapins! They revealed the cause of his condition to be vasoconstriction, where the muscle cell walls contract around a blood vessel, restricting the flow of blood. The same condition also causes erectile dysfunction. But for this guy, his one-eyed snake got the blood at the expense of his seeing eyes. Fortunately for him, the doctors ruled out an embolism, and he was treated with drugs to widen his blood vessels. And the first thing he saw after treatment, this.
É meu, ó. Olha, parece braço. Mantém. Parece braço.
Well, I guess that is one way of getting more fiber in your diet. Am I right?
All right.
Scott, let me start with you, since you're the person closest to this guy of having this problem. You buying this?
I am 1,000% buying this. I think this comes from people who are sexually repressed. And I guarantee you, this guy, when he was 13, 14, started to diddle himself a little bit, and his parents said you'd go blind. Well, the problem is that was so ingrained in him. Now, whenever he chooses to have intercourse, he has to go blind now. It's a wrong thing. We need to increase the awareness, stop the violence, increase the peace, and deal with young men who want to, know themselves.
Frankie, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. Thank God he's on an anti-vasoconstrictor at this point. But you know something? Based on all the groping that I have experienced from a man, I thought this was pretty normal anyway.
You think he should? Well, okay. Well, if he did go blind, you think he would have helped if he had a seeing eye dog?
A seeing eye dog couldn't hurt.
Or the dog he
Absolutely
married.
not.
You never know.
Exactly. Could have been a Chihuahua.
Yeah. Or just a little stick cane. Marco Polo. Jenna, what about you?
I buy it. It's all about blood pressure, and I mean, as you're getting closer to climax, everything's pumping, things are happening. Sure, it could happen.
Okay. How about you, Teresa?
I gotta say, that's the most interesting excuse I've heard yet. They all have reasons for getting out of there as fast as they can. That's the most interesting one yet.
Well, wait a minute. If that was his excuse, wouldn't he just stumble? I mean, you won't be walking
No,
out
but I mean,
blind.
come on now. He can really see his way, just feeling along the walls. It can't be. It's not that hard.
Is feeling along the walls just another word for another way of saying foreplay?
No.
In jail.
Like out the door.
Out the door.
Like the way out the door.
All right. Now, okay, then let me throw it to you then, Teresa. Could it be the fact that it really wasn't a medical condition, that his partners were just really, really, really ugly?
Quite possibly, yes.
All right. What do you think?
It was like a
Poor
psychosomatic
things.
thing. He was so tired of doing
Yeah.
this that he's like, I can't see. Yeah, sure.
All right. And is it odd that he did it? I mean, what if he did it in the dark for a long time? Would this condition have persisted longer?
No, well, here's the thing. I mean, perhaps he drank considerably amount to get that person to the sack because they were not so much pretty. And he gets there and he realizes for his body, for safety reasons, sees, because he's sobered up and sees what he's on top of. And then his body goes into survivability mode, boom, loses the eyesight, knocks one out, and he can head for the door as fast as possible.
Well, then wait a minute. So should he have sought medical treatment or just simply just gone with the flow?
I think he's just going with the flow and making a party trick.
Or not the flow, as
Not-
the case was.
He can make it a party trick. Hey, watch me, I'll go blind. You know what I mean? I know he could play Jesus. Oh, now I can see. You know what I
Give me
mean?
every ugly girl in the room and I can go blind for you.
Yeah. I mean, look at this way. His batting average would considerably go up, right?
I don't know. Is that a good pickup line? Sleep with me and I'll go blind for you?
No, I mean, but he could go blind. It's like, he could expand his hunting prey, so to speak.
Scientists.
So looks would
See
no
if it's
longer be an
testable.
issue. Because he's blind, he could be whoever he wants.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're on to our second break. So, is being the first love of Justin Bieber all it's cracked up to be? Teresa Condon will reveal the dark underside of being a celebrity babysitter after the next break.